Thank you, Anke, and welcome everyone. It's a big pleasure being here, and also thank you to the whole Chain for Travel team for organizing this event. It's a fantastic setup, and we're very proud to be here on the stage. We are Daniel and Benjamin from Three-Letter Code Innovations, and we're here to present you how our solution GroundSync is powering operational excellence. And as you might have, or actually I need to go one slide back. Before jumping into the frontal sound, we wanted to do a little quiz with you. So we heard the good news. Airport isn't closed tomorrow. Who came here by plane? Raise your hand. It's not a big surprise, everyone. Who of you experienced a delay on his journey? I'm not counting, but there were lots of hands up in the air, and that's exactly what we're facing in reality on everyday operations. And the good thing is for you, you're not alone, but the bad thing is there are around about 30% of all flights in Europe and the world are delayed, and those delays end up in tremendous amounts of economic damage. It sums up to 10 billion euros each year. And the root cause for this is, of course, it can be a strike. Of course, it can be weather. But in very many cases, it's not due to higher power. It's due to fragmented and disconnected data between the three core players. We call them airlines, airports, and ground handlers. They are partly sharing data, but not enough sharing data. And that causes intransparency, and intransparency leads to inefficiency in processes and operations, and that's exactly what we want to tackle. And the good thing is, there's hope in the air. Our solution. What else? And we call it GroundSync, the platform for trust and collaboration for the travel and transportation industry. What are we doing with GroundSync? With GroundSync, we're doing actually a pretty simple thing. We're collecting and generating data throughout complex process chains. What you can see here is the so-called turnaround sequence. It's when an aircraft is approaching, getting managed on the ground and taking off again, with all the process steps in between, from passenger onboarding, luggage unloading, uploading, cleaning, de-icing, whatever can happen. It's called turnaround sequence, and we're collecting data from each process step, and we're collecting tamper-proof data. We're providing a single source of truth to all stakeholders. We've seen before airports, airlines, and ground handlers. And of course...
Could you please fix your micro?
Yeah. Better? No. Should work. No. The mics are a bit tricky here. Okay. Okay, and of course we want to be something like a neutral layer and trustful layer to all industry partners. And I've explained to you now what we're doing. Dan, it's your turn. You can explain the how.
And I will show you how that looks like. Thank you. So with GroundSync, sync is everything. We know that already, right? Partly a third of you arrived late. That could have been prevented. And how we do that is by... Do not start the animation now. No. So GroundSync can sit at the heart of the operation of an airline, ground handler, or airport. We take in master data. That can be who is using the app, who is on the ground working. That might be what flights are arriving. That might be what equipment do we use. That might be a reference model of the airline that dictates when does what need to happen at the aircraft. That also includes live data, like what is happening on the airfield just now. The left arrow button is my friend today. So while the turnaround of the aircraft is happening, GroundSync takes in all that information, and it can take in that information either by any system that is already in place or by a companion app that we are providing. And it does that to create really frictionless insights and metrics to all involved parties. And now finally, let's enjoy that one little zoom into the logo. By the way, it's backed by Camino. So that's what it looks like. That's the main view of the, no. Can I stop this somehow? Can I do?
You need to talk faster.
Yeah, apparently. So that's the main view, right? It's a rather familiar view, right? It looks like a project plan. And you have, on the left side, you have everything that's going to happen. We have the passengers disembarking, we have the cleaning service, we have passengers embarking, we have fueling, we have chocks on, off, and so on. The same for cargo. And you can imagine this is the screen, the center of the screen for the ground handler to view what is happening on the aircraft. The same view might be there for the airline, right? Maybe the airline can see all of these processes. A ground handler might only see the ones that he's involved in or the ones that he's dependent on. Like you can see those ones with the little connection here. That means that they are depending on each other. And if you were to scroll down, you could see details about what the specific process, or you can see where things happen to the aircraft. Now, as mentioned, there is a companion app, and that companion app really acts as a companion for the personnel on ground. It tells the persons that are working on the aircraft where they need to be at what point in time. It tells them what to do next, and while they are sending in records, like they're using the app to send in records, in real time we can see what is happening on the ground without having to phone them, without having to walkie-talkie them, and you can see the processes turning green if everything goes according to schedule, which did not happen for the third of you when you were here. And of course we are using, because we talked about the single point of truth, we are using the Camino Network to back this up and have a single point of data where everyone involved can actually look at this. And of course we can produce a lot of dashboards to insights for you, like reporting-wise or reconciliation-wise.
Now it's PowerPoint, Samba.
Now it's PowerPoint. Back to you, Ben. That's GroundSync.
Okay, thank you, Dan. What Dan just showed as software screens, and that's funny, brings a real monetary impact to all stakeholders. And using GroundSync would impact airports in a way that they could potentially manage up to 5 more flights per gate position per day. If you sum this up on an annual basis, this ends up in millions per year. For airlines, better ground performance would mean better on-time performance, and better on-time performance would mean less penalty payments towards their passengers, which they have to conduct every year and which goes to millions a year as well. And for the ground handler, of course, the monetary impact would lie in reduced SLA penalties, since they can better plan their resources and equipment and can avoid waiting hours and can allocate their resources more properly than they can do without our solution. And here you can see some of the companies we're talking to. It's the same logic as before: airports, airlines, and ground handlers. But what we figured out in the course of our conversations with various industry players is that our solution is not only applicable to aviation, it's also applicable to logistics, because in the end it doesn't matter which process we're recording or which process we're displaying. It can be any complex process with many stakeholders involved. And of course, that's our marketing claim. If you don't see your logo here, and if this presentation and this software resonates just a little bit with you, we should have a talk later on. And that's the moment for us to say thank you. And you know where to find us. We're at the bar, for sure. And during lunch and all the breaks, we're more than happy to explore some more thoughts with you.
Thank you.